Welcome back to Healing Your Heart, Yoga and Meditation for Grief and Loss. I'm Joan Ordilli. I supervise Samaritan's bereavement program. Today's practice will focus on the third chakra, or the Manipura, located in the solar plexus area of the body. It's associated with the color yellow, and the pancreas, so it is closely related to digestion. The Manipura is also related to our sense of personal power, self-esteem, strength, and identity. All of these issues can be impacted significantly by grief and loss. We each need to take our own time and space to work through issues of who am I and what's next for me. Today's practice will focus on strengthening and balancing the third chakra. It will include sun salutations, some twists, which are wonderful for the Manipura, as well as some abdominal strength building exercises. Remember that not every asana is right for every person. So in today's resources, you will find some information on contraindications based on your own personal physiology. For instance, pregnant women should avoid abdominal twisting. People with untreated high blood pressure should avoid having their head lower than their heart. There's many other contraindications which you should become aware of, and again, I'll direct you to the resources. In the meantime, let's get to work on balancing and strengthening our third chakra. We're going to start today's practice for the third chakra with Ujjayi Breath. Ujjayi Breath is made with a slight constriction of the throat. It creates a sound as if you were cleaning your glasses, but it's done with the mouth closed and the sound of the wind coming up and down as you breathe in and out. So let's try a few rounds together. As you continue breathing, I'd like to remind you that Ujjayi Breath is wonderful for calming the mind, for expanding lung capacity. It helps a wandering mind to become still. And it's also a great breath if you're in a posture and become impatient, wanting to come out of the pose. The Ujjayi Breath can bring you back to the present and help you relax into the pose. Let's do a couple more rounds. And now dropping the Ujjayi sound and continuing to breathe. And a transition to the back. Knees are up to the ceiling, feet flat on the floor. You can feel the sacrum on the floor, the natural curve to your back. And on an inhale, bring the knees into the chest, flexing the feet. Exhale here. Place the hands on the knees, and on the next inhale, let the knees fall away. Exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more rounds, connecting movement to breath. Inhale here, and on the next exhale, just let the feet fall away from the body back to the floor. Go into a twist. So taking the arms out to a T, crossing the left leg over the right, and moving the hips just a little bit, an inch or two to the left. Let those hips, those knees, start to fall over to the right side. Now you might want to take and tuck a block underneath your knees. Make sure that you have both shoulders on the floor. And breathe. Breathe into the twist. The pose should be comfortable. Maybe finding a little edge. On the next inhale, lift the legs, uncross and straighten the spine. I'm going to move to the other end of my mat just because I'm close to the wall. You should be able to stay in the same position and just twist to the other side. So this time, crossing the right leg over the left, moving the hips an inch or two to the right, arms out to a T, and letting the knees fall over to the left. Again, keeping both shoulder blades on the floor, and the gaze can be straight up or looking over the right shoulder. And breathe. Next inhale, bring the knees up, straighten the spine, uncross the legs. And cross the feet at the ankles and just begin to rock back and forth on the spine to come up to seated. I'm going to do just a little bit more stretching before we go into standing poses. So stretching the legs out in front of you and rocking from side to side to find those sits bones. Moving the left leg out to the side, just a little bit of an angle, and bringing the right foot in to frame the thigh. So the lower arm is either going to rest on the thigh or on the calf. If you're feeling flexible today, it might be on the floor. I'm going to demonstrate from this position. Open the chest. The right shoulder is on the back. And lifting the right arm so that you get a nice stretch up that side of the body. Keeping both sits bones on the floor and breathing. Next inhale, lift the top arm. Exhale, and let's go to the other side. I'll demonstrate a slightly different position for this side. So lifting that left arm and coming into a nice stretch up the side of the body. Be mindful that the torso and the chest don't collapse. They should remain open. And you should be able to breathe easily. Next inhale, arms come up. Exhale. And let's start to transition our way up to standing. Let's find Tadasana. Lifting the toes and laying them down on the floor, balancing on the feet, engaging the thighs, slight tilt forward to the tailbone and engage the abdominal muscles, the Manipura chakra. Shoulders away from the ears and on the back, chin parallel to the floor. Feel that energetic lift from the top of your head, So from the waist down, you feel rooted, and from the waist up, lifting towards the sun. Let's start with 3 sun breaths. Inhaling. Arms up. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, come up. Hands touch at the top. Exhale, hands to namaste. Again, inhaling, arms up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, come up. Hands touch at the top. Exhale, hands to namaste. And one more sun breath. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, come up. Hands touch at the top. Exhale, hands to namaste. And we're going to continue vinyasa flow, connecting the breath to the movement. As we go into sun salutations, I'll give you several options as we move through Surya Namaskar, including seated from a chair. We're going to continue our vinyasa flow with some sun salutations. I'll demonstrate with knees, chest, and chin in Cobra. For those of you with a more advanced practice, you may want to use Chaturanga and Up Dog through your sun salutations. I'll also demonstrate sun salutations from the chair. Author of The Chakras in Grief and Trauma, Carla Helber reminds us of some yogic wisdom. 3 sun salutations, some twists, and a little inversion every day is very good for the well-being. So, moving to the front of the mat, finding mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees. Step back to plank. Knees to the floor, elbows in, knees, chest, and chin onto the floor. Inhale, coming through Cobra, and exhaling into Downward Dog. Stay here for a breath. Bend the knees, look at the hands, walk, step or hop back to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale up, hands touch. Exhale, namaste. And again, inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, place the hands, step to plank. Knees down, knees, chest, and chin. Coming through Cobra. And exhaling to Downward Dog. Stay for a breath. Bend the knees, look at the hands, walk, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Hands touch. Exhale. Namaste. Inhale. And exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. Knees, chest, and chin. Through Cobra. Exhale, Downward Dog. Stay for a breath. Bend the knees, look at the hands, walk, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, surrender. Inhale, bend the knees, come up. Hands touch. Back to Namaste. We're going to practice a couple more standing poses before we work our way back down to the floor. You'll be familiar with these poses from the first and second chakra videos, as many of the asanas benefit several of the chakras. So let's go into Warrior 2, step the feet apart, pivoting the right foot so that it's straight ahead and lifting the back heel so that you have about a 45-degree angle. Your torso is over your hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bending the front knee, adjusting those feet if you need to, and looking over the front fingers for 3 breaths. That Ujjayi breath will keep you steady. And inhale, arms up. Pivot the feet in the opposite direction. Bending the front knee, lining it up with the middle toe, and finding Warrior 2 in the other direction for 3 breaths. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back down to your sides. Let's go into Trikonasana, or triangle pose. So again, pivoting that right foot and lifting the left heel. Inhale, arms up. Moving the hips to the back and the ribs to the front. If you'd like to use a block to support your practice, finding the block as you go into Trikonasana, where we'll stay for 3 breaths. Edge of the back foot, lifting with the top arm, pivoting the feet in the other direction. Inhale, arms out, the hips to the back and the ribs forward. On Trikonasana on this side. Trikonasana is a wonderful pose for my body. I often feel my spine adjusting when I'm in this pose. Planting the back foot and lifting with the top arm. Hands to the hips and heel toe together. We're going to work our way back down to the floor for some abdominal strengthening. Navasana, or boat pose, is a wonderful abdominal strengthening exercise. I'll give you several options. So placing the feet on the floor and the hands behind the knees. Rock from side to side so that you're balancing on the sits bones. One option for Navasana is just to stay on the toes and engage the abdominals, get length through the spine, and breathe. If you want to go a little further, you can lift one leg and then the other. Or you can stretch the arms out and the legs. To come out, crossing the ankles, and let's take forward bend. As we cool down before going into final relaxation, I'd like to take you through a seated twist, as well as a very basic inversion called legs up the wall. So turning to the length of the mat and stretching the legs out in front and rocking from side to side to find the sits bones. Bringing the right leg in and crossing it over the left leg. Taking the left arm across the body and the right hand behind you and coming into a twist. Getting length on the inhale and finding just a little bit more twist maybe through the upper and middle back on the exhale. Continue to breathe. inhale here. Exhale. Come through center and go to the other side. Bringing the left leg in, crossing it over the right. Taking the right arm across the body and the leg, and the left hand behind. Again, getting length through the spine on the inhale, twisting on the exhale. If your breath becomes short, you're pushing too hard. So let the breath and the pose be comfortable. Inhale and exhale, coming back through center. From here, bringing my hip up to the wall, I'm going to swing my legs around. Bring my arms into cactus pose, the elbows bent, the backs of the arms and the hands on the floor. This is great for lymphatic flow. And the inversion gets the blood running in a different direction. Let's stay here for several breaths. Let yourself relax into this inversion. Find the Ujjayi breath if your mind starts to wander. Now begin to walk the feet down the wall and roll off onto your side, preparing for Shavasana, or final relaxation. Do a very brief guided meditation for today's Shavasana. Let's begin the meditation for the third chakra. You can be seated in a chair or in Shavasana on the floor. Lift your chest and move your shoulders onto your back and lay the shoulders down. Arms are by your sides, the palms facing up. You can place a rolled up blanket under your knees if that increases your feeling of relaxation. Allowing the legs and the feet to relax and the feet to just fall away from each other. Consciously relax the area between your eyebrows. Relax your temples and your jaw. Imagine the sound of waves coming in and out from the shoreline. And match your breath to the sound of the waves. Engage the Ujjayi breath if your mind starts to wander. feel soft sand cradling your body with warmth. Picture the glowing color yellow radiating from your third chakra, your solar plexus. Your chakra of personal power and self-esteem. Allow yourself to feel the heat. And begin to gather that yellow glowing energy closer together into your core. Knowing it's there for you throughout the day if you need to call on it. Bring some movement to your fingers and toes. If you're on your back, pull your knees into your chest and roll onto your right side, cradling your head in the bent right arm. Continuing to feel heat and warmth. Feeling relaxed. Feeling whole. When you're ready, bring yourself back up to seated position. Bring your hands together at your heart center, palms touching in prayer position. Namaste. I look forward to seeing you for our fourth chakra practice.